Before this starts, I would like to say this real quick. If you are wondering if I'm using a voice filter, no. And I will leave a link to a video proving that I am not using a voice filter. After you watch the video and you still say that my voice is fake and I'm using a voice filter, hey, you're getting blocked. Anyway, enjoy the content. Witness the might that is Renegade X. You are now listening to another episode of the mind of a Renegade. What is good? This is Renegade X. Back at it again with another episode of the Mind of a Renegade podcast. I, your host, Renegade X, talk about things pertaining to real life. And then I will give my opinion about said topic so you can get either a better understanding or a different perspective. And always to learn something. So the topic today is going to be introversion. Now for those that are familiar with the personality types and stuff like that, introversion, extrovert. But for those that don't know, introversion, that's more quiet, and extroverts is like the outgoing, talkative personality. The reason I want to talk about introversion is because I personally feel like it's not really, I won't say recognized, but I guess recognized would be the right word for it. It's not really much attention put to it and stuff like that. I understand as human beings, we are social creatures. We interact with each other. But I personally feel like the individuals who are quiet into themselves like that, I feel like they do not get the recognition that they deserve. And I noticed this as well. Some people see introversion as a bad thing. It's not. Not every person has to be, this life of the party person to where they have to constantly put attention on themselves. There are just people that are the opposite of that. And being an introvert myself, and I'm going to do the best to explain and go into detail. I am not a psychologist. I'm still learning and still trying to get understanding. But if this podcast helps those who are listening to have a better understanding, or if it makes you want to study psychology, then hey, that's good right there. Alright, an introvert is someone who recharges best in quiet, controlled environments, prefers deep, meaningful interactions over small talk, gets easily overstimulated in loud, busy settings, does their best to work with space and minimal interruptions. Think of social interactions like a battery. For introverts, each conversation drains that battery and they need solo time to recharge. Just like when Superman needs to recover after getting exposed from kryptonite. Introverts are also creative. Introverts are often deep thinkers who spend time processing their thoughts and ideas internally. This reflective nature leads to creativity and innovation. Introverts are good listeners. Introverts tend to listen more than they speak. And when they do speak, their words are often well thought out and meaningful. Reserved. Introverts tend to be more reserved and inward tuning. they like to get to know a person more before engaging in a lot of conversations. Introverts make up 56.8% of the world's population. So introverts are more common than you think. The misconceptions that introverts have is us being shy, and also us being boring. When I can tell you introverts can be interesting people. And what's wrong with the person that just likes being, in a nice chill spot, just quiet and everything, and just enjoying what's happening around them? I don't find anything wrong with that. Matter of fact, I like doing that. Because this list describes me to a T. I like being in quiet and controlled environments. I prefer deep, meaningful interactions over small talk. Things like something that will enlighten me, something that I can learn from, something that we can relate to, or something funny. See, gets easily overstimulated in loud, busy settings. Yup, that's true right there. I don't like being around in large crowds, really. Because for those that understand about frequencies, energy, and all that stuff, and some of the personality types, me being a INFJ, I tend to feel a lot of energy, all the different vibes and everything like that. I don't like really being around a whole bunch of people. This is why to be honest, I don't go to parties and things like that. I'm just more to myself, or if it's like a little, small get together or whatever, that's fine too. Let's see, what's else in this list? Does their best with space and minimal interruptions. So I prefer to work in a quiet place where it's just me, minimal distractions. I do not like to be in areas or have a job to where it's fast paced and it's like too much going on. And for those that look at my content, when I'm streaming or making YouTube videos and there's commentary, I know most of the time I'm quiet and I'll say little things every now and then. That's just how I am. When you view my videos and look at my streams, it's just gonna be a chill video or stream. Now I will have my moments to where I'll get hype and excited, depending on what's happening in the game and depending on the game I'm playing too. But most of the time it's just me chilling. That's really all I can say. Like I don't feel the need to constantly say something every 2 seconds. If I'ma say something, I'ma say something. That's just me. And that is just how I am. Because sometimes I feel like talking. Sometimes I don't. And then sometimes I just want to be by myself and have some quality time for myself. It is nothing against anyone. For anyone that they know that is an introvert, just know when they withdraw, isolate or whatever, it is nothing against you. They just need their time to recharge and stuff. That's all it is. You may think something is wrong with them, and you may worry. That is completely understandable, because you care about the introverted person in your life. But I'm just saying, At times, you don't need to worry. That's just what's happening. But yes, this has been another episode of the Mind of a Renegade podcast. Hopefully you learned something new. As if you like my content, be sure to hit the subscribe, follow button, whatever social media this is from, for future episodes. And check out my other socials in the description or comment section. Thank you for listening, and have a blessed day or night.